it hasn't even been a week since all this has went down, and dudes are already sliding in India Royale's DM over Lil Durk, and the big mistake that she made here was actually responding. So not only do you have controversy, people are snapping photos of her at court. Uh, Dej Loaf is trolling on the internet to use Lil Durk's name for clout, but you got dudes sliding in a DM, and India is actually responding to the foolery. Now, there's a man by the name of Rainwater. Okay, he's a comedian. Rainwater's a comedian. He was actually Mo 3's former manager. So he's in the music industry, so he's by far not a troll. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's done plenty of interviews with people like Say Cheese, and he just happened to jump in India's DM. Now, I saw him post this on his real page. This is not fake. I saw it posted on his real page, and he said, "Let me get Dirk winter clothes," and she responded and said, "Boy, bye." Now, this may be super simple, but the whole premise of this is, why did you even reply in the first place? Now, it's not that, like, it was just bad timing to actually reply to this foolery when it happened. It's just way too soon. And he's a troll. I see him on the internet all the time trying to troll people. But the fact that India responded just made the whole situation a little bit more awkward. But on top of that, you have people like Dej Loaf trying to make the situation worse because she posted on her story. So Dej Loaf posted on her story. Now, obviously, what I always warn you guys about album season and fourth quarter antics when you see rappers come out the woodworks and start doing stuff for clout and clicks. I always try to warn you guys about this because when it's fourth quarter, people start doing stuff like this. Now, Dej Loaf posted on her story, "Free mine," but the world went and got it. But you know what made it worse? When the people started reposting all this stuff, and then and then she went and responded. That's what made the situation a little bit worse because she went and said, like, "and did," or whatever she said. Now, someone went and said, "Dej Loaf, we seen that post," and she said, "As you should have. I said what I said." Now, what better to do to make yourself relevant than lean off a Lil Durk? Because remember when her and Lil Durk had the whole song, Me, You, and Hennessy, and they had that run where they were pretending to be a couple. She's leveraging that because she knows the people are not gonna really think for themselves. And obviously, do you guys really think Dej Loaf and Lil? Do you think Dej Loaf is Lil Durk's side chick? Let's just be for real about that. Where has Dej Loaf been in the past? Who knows? Decade, right? So people are saying Dej Loaf is allegedly Lil Durk's side piece biscuit, and she doubles down on the allegations and stands firm in her side piece position. Right now, India Royale is Monica, ex Dej Loaf is Brandy, but who does Lil Durk belong to? And by the way, this is a dude, Mr. T Spiller. This is how drama is started. This is how narratives get pushed. This is how people get confused. I don't think there's anything going on. I think Dej Loaf is just dropping a new album. And quite frankly, she needs some free promo. What is a better way to do promo than when one of the biggest rappers in the game is about to go to jail for life? It's not like he can say the allegations are false, right? And not only that, but now this hype train is starting to ride even more. I mean, look at all the people who are just constantly talking about this and thinking that it's true because honestly, people have nothing better to do than fall into narratives and people love gossip. But now we see India at the courthouse and more photos are coming out because people are going to drag this, people are going to find her and they're going to try to make these things worse. And they caught her leaving the courthouse. And when you're famous, you know, you can't really dodge nothing. I think what we don't understand is that this is going to be tough for India. I mean, regardless, women who sign up for this is kind of your own fault. You know what's going to happen. You signed up for this. You were there probably when he was making all these decisions. You heard the music. You know about the beefs. I'm pretty sure he's telling you about it. But what happens is it's kind of like Casanova when he got arrested. You're gonna have to eat this, and then the woman has to either. And this is the problem of what happens when you go to jail. Your woman end up sleeping with somebody else. It doesn't take too long. Somebody else is gonna step in the picture. Women are gonna be women. You know, there's not really much that you can do when you're going to jail for the rest of your life. Now, the woman that you were really close to and in love with, she's on the front line. She's in the public eye, but she still has her needs. So when someone else is rock bottoming, WWE style, Batista bombing, yo girl, and you're behind bars because you wanted to run around and shoot dudes all day, you can't be mad at that. And that's what they say, when you go to jail, at least you can do is be grateful that she picked up your call, because she's going to be at home while you're in jail telling her side dude to be quiet because my baby father is calling. And this is the real stuff that happens no matter what anybody says. I don't care if it's not tomorrow or if it's in 1 year. It's bound to happen eventually. India's still young. She's not an ugly woman. She's very attractive. She has her own thing going on. What do you think she's going to sit around and wait for Lil Durk to get free for the rest of her life?
Another hearing. Outside court, we tried to speak with Banks' attorney and his father.
You need to say it all.
Excuse me, sir. Please give us all privacy.
They declined to say anything about the charges against Banks or the upcoming hearing.
Now, Banks' next hearing will be about his pre-trial detention and will be held in the Central District of California, since the crime originally happened in Los Angeles. At this point, no date has been set for that hearing. We are live in Miami. Peter Dench, CBS News, Miami.
Another hearing.
Now, I heard something interesting, that there is this lady, let me find her page, because she's trying to say Lil Durk is actually innocent and the feds do not have enough detail on her. Let me pull this up for y'all, because this was the first time I heard somebody break it down in this manner. Let me see if I can find the lady who was saying Lil Durk is innocent. Lil Durk can definitely beat that case. Flying people out on a private jet is not a crime. Employees using your company card is not a crime. Rapping about violence is not a crime. The indictment said he's on wiretap using coded language to order a hit. Now, this person continues. It was a female, but she changed her profile pic. Maybe she got too much clout off of this. 2.3 million views this had. Indictment doesn't say he's on wiretap. Using coded language to order a hit bounty is the allegation. What does coded language mean? Where did they hear it? How did they decode coded language, right? Unknown details. There are 4 unidentified co-conspirators. Are they working with the feds or are they on the run? Co-conspirators 2 is being alleged as one of the shooters. Who is he? Nobody knows. This is how some of y'all sound in the comments. Use your brain, think, and read carefully. What we know so far about Durk is not enough to find him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, I guess she's making a reference of this is what they tried to do to Young Thug when they called him like the King Slime. Hold on, let's see here.
This is the one that you see the shadow in the back of the room. He's the one directing traffic. He is the one they're all afraid of. He's the one that's King Slime. He's pulling the shots. He is the most dangerous of the 28, Judge. And I implore you not to grant him a bond. He is dangerous. The setup they've given to you is actually going to be less control, not more. If he gets a burner, Judge, and the court may know this, a lot of the communications that Mr. Williams is on FaceTime, because it's not traceable, it's not trackable. And we know that to be their MO. He gets a burner, he gets in there, he runs his gang from inside, and he won't get that, and no one's going to throw his cell. I know what the investigator said, with all due respect. That's not the jail, that's their job. It's not the job of 24 officers being paid by Mr. Williams. That's not their job. The job is the sheriff of Fulton County or any other sheriff where our sheriff decides to put Mr. Williams. That's their job. He is dangerous. And I normally don't do this, but I don't hesitate in this case. Respectfully, Judge, I believe if you give him a bond, we're going to have more witnesses in danger or going to be missing. I believe he's that dangerous, Judge.
So this is what they're speculating, that they did the same thing with Young Thug and didn't have anything to really back that up. You know what I'm saying? And so this is what she's trying to say. They don't really have evidence to prove that what he put them on the plane for, all these different things. He said the feds have 14 days to indict Durk following the criminal complaint hold he's currently on, or let him go. That's the law. So within 2 weeks, I foresee an indictment. Then you have 70 days to proceed to trial if he files a speedy trial. So I don't know who this person is, but they seem pretty smart and know what they're talking about. And then someone else says they're not detailing everything they have on him. They're showing only enough to go to trial. That's what they were. That's when they would show their hand. But what they do have is a pretty damning evidence. And then she says, did you read the OTF indictment doesn't show damaging evidence on Durk, CC1? Durk himself hasn't been indicted. The arrest warrant was issued due to probable cause. His indictment will give us a better idea on what discovery will look like. Until then, you don't know. I don't know who this is, but they've been breaking this thing down in a way I have not heard anybody break it down. But you guys let me know your thoughts about that. It is your boy Dre. I'm gone.